Most of the people I spoke with are not happy. NV Energy is calling it Public Safety Outage Management, or PSOM. People who live up there say the power lines on Mount Charleston should have gone underground a long time ago to prevent things like this from happening. NV Energy says the outages will only be used as a last resort, but people on the mountain are saying don't use them at all.
I will be very highly upset if they turn off my power, and I think that they cannot do that. We live up here, we need our power. I'm sorry.
There's no justification. To me, there's no justification to shutting power.
I say no, don't shut my power off.
NV Energy announced it would shut off power to more than 400 customers on Mount Charleston.
Our teams will look at the fuel on the ground, we'll look at the fire science, and then we'll also look at what winds may be doing to make a decision whether or not the risk is high enough that an ignition could be caused by our system.
They're doing this for 3 reasons. 1, to prevent wildfires like the one in Northern California last year. 2, the Nevada State Legislature recently passed a bill requiring a natural disaster emergency plan. And 3, recent changes in climate.
Our power goes out a lot up here, okay? And it's a bunch of baloney. You know, get smart. Put the power lines in the ground and you wouldn't have this problem.
While most of the people I spoke with are opposed to the planned power outages, there are some people that live in these mountains who say they'd rather be without power for a few hours than have their house burned down.
It would make sense because the whole ultimate goal is to protect properties.
The utility says people on Mount Charleston will receive at least 48 hours notice. But for those like Rose Moranto, who depends on a stationary oxygen machine, power is not a luxury.
It's a necessity for me. Like I say, it's my lifeline. It's my lifeline.
NV Energy says the power outages could last anywhere between 4 to 12 hours.
That's a lot to ask of people. That's a lot to ask.
NV Energy says people with medical conditions like Rose Moranto will be notified 72 hours in advance instead of 48 hours. They will also get a personal phone call instead of a text or robocall. On Tuesday next week, NV Energy will be at the retreat on Mount Charleston from 4 to 6 p.m. to answer questions and respond to concerns from people who live on the mountain. I'm Enzo Marino, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.